sit for a little while and then add the rest. Expecting this brew time to be probably around 6 minutes. So you can shake it. The problem that I've heard with like shaking or evening out the coffee is the finer coffee grounds will sink to the bottom as you shake it. I'm trying to give a hand diagram and it's not working. All the fines will sink down to the bottom, and depending on your brew method, it can choke out your brew method, slowing down your coffee more than it should. So I just like to smooth it out with my finger. It agitates it less. But I also don't agitate my coffee right after I add the first half of my water, and a lot of people do that. So, I mean, there are ways to get around. If you like to shake it to even it out, after you add the first half of your coffee, just take like a spoon, like a wooden spoon or like a straw or something, and just agitate the coffee a little bit, and that'll kind of make sure that you don't choke. Dude, I might run out of water, and this would be really sad. Now let's add this here. So we're a little bit over halfway brewing, so we're just making sure that the coffee stays wet. Oh no, I think I've got enough water. Yeah, so there are ways to kind of mitigate that. Oh, I don't want to cover the camera too much. This kettle holds about 1 liter of water. So brewing 2 cups, you always run really, really close. And I get worried when my kettle starts feeling really light. But yeah, there you go. This is the easy part, just sitting here letting the coffee brew. We're doing a Ethiopia, or not Ethiopia, gosh dang it. It's Kenya Z-Rex. Kenya Embu washed coffee is what we're doing right now. So we were getting a little yesterday we were getting some like orange blossom and kind of a citric acidity with like a lime sweetness with like a buttery mouthfeel. So it was really, really good. I adjusted the grind a little bit to see if we can maybe get some more of those notes to come out a little bit stronger. But a little, yeah, floral. I would say it's floral with like a kind of a citrusy sweetness. Like they describe it as like a lime cordial, I think is the sweetness. So it has those like acidity notes, but more from a sweetness perspective than like a sour perspective, which is really cool. Cool Kids hand grinder. Shout out to Z-Rex because he has one of these. It's super awesome. So we're at 617 here on our water, which I think I'll leave it at that for 2 cups. Let the water drain out. Pinch your filter here at the top. Boom. Give it a swirl. And that, my friends, wait, oh. Caucus Palm. This is like a regular show, so it's the second day of like the coffee brewing show. So it's day 2 because yesterday was day 1. But yeah, definitely next level coffee, man. The best. Get that action, that coffee pour action on camera. Boom, there you go. And now I have an extra cup. So when I start playing some games here in a second, I can enjoy it. 4-barrel coffee mug. You know, Caucus Palm, I don't want this to sound crazy. I've had the what is it? The meerkat coffee, the meerkat poop coffee, and it's a novelty. This is a scale, yeah, scale right here, and you weigh it out. You measure out the coffee and you measure out the water to make sure you can stay consistent. So if I brew a really bomb cup of coffee that's absolutely delicious, I can do it again instead of just guessing all the time. It's a little more consistent than like, oh, add 2 heaping scoops and 4 cups of water. Like I know down to the gram how much coffee I use and how much water I use. My heater is over here. While I talk about this while my coffee cools down. It's over here. Can't really see it on. This is where I get my hot water from. You could call it that. Learning how to brew a good cup of coffee. Coarser grain size. I'm definitely getting much more acidity than I was yesterday. As it cools off, we'll see if that orange blossom comes back through. But I think this is definitely, compared to yesterday, a better cup of coffee. Boom. For all you fancy kids, this is the flavor wheel for your flavor approach to coffee. We're definitely up in the floral. You can't see my hand, but I'll talk about it a little bit. If you were tasting a cup of coffee, there are 3 things that you kind of want to focus on: acidity, sweetness, and mouthfeel or texture. The beans I'm brewing today, Caucus, is it's a Kenyan Embu from Sight Glass Coffee, which, let's get this out of the way right now. Boom. It's right here. It's from a roaster in San Francisco, but I'll be featuring beans from all over, which is a lot of fun. We'll probably do a couple of Africans. We'll probably do a couple of... Hey, Z-Rex, thanks for stopping by, man. We'll see you on a little... I'll be playing games tonight if you want to hop on. But we'll talk to you in a bit. Coffee with extra nut. Caucus, do you like a little extra nutty coffee in your mouth? Okay, for sure. Well, I mean, I'll talk to you soon. What's up, Connor? How you doing, man? Yo, what's up, Kendro? What's up, Kendro? Yeah, so acidity, sweetness, and mouthfeel. So for this coffee here, acidity is a little bit high, not too crazy. Kind of like what I was saying earlier was like it's like an acidic sweetness, which is really kind of crazy. So like a little bit of lime, but like a lime dessert. which is a lot of fun. Very cool. Definitely in the floral range, kind of at the top. I do only drink my coffee black caucus. Nothing against people who take their coffee with cream and sugar. But yeah, I like to try to taste the coffee to see what the roaster was trying to get out of it. Because coffee is actually a cherry, so it's a fruit. So that allows a roaster to get a lot of fruity notes or floral, like play a lot with it, like a good glass of wine or a good whiskey or scotch. There's a lot of things flavor-wise you can do with a coffee, and so I try to taste that without any cream or sugar or anything like that. So if you take your little green man here in the center, focus on the acidity, I would definitely be in the floral citrus range, kind of at the top of the screen. It is a little bit heavier on the body, on the left side of your screen, kind of down into the like creamy, a little bit more round. It's not heavy and syrupy, but it sits on your tongue a little bit heavier, as opposed to like a tea or something that's really a little on the lighter side. And as far as sweetness goes, I drink my black tea too darn hot. You want to dig right into it? Yeah, what's nice is I have over on my my kettle over here, it's temperature controlled. So I can set the water temperature to exactly what I want it to be. And that allows it to be semi-drinkable right away. I brew at 205 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, I think, around 92 degrees Celsius for the non-Americans in the chat. Right around there, I think. Like 92 to 94. But yeah, so it doesn't take too long for it to hit that drinkable temperature, but still have it be like a hot cup of coffee. And the mark of a really good coffee is as it cools off and as you kind of drink through the cup, the flavor, it retains its flavor. It doesn't just like die and become like just brown water. Those sweetness, fruity, acidic flavors kind of play with each other as the coffee gets cooler and closer to room temperature. Yeah, I'm a barista. That's what I do when I'm not on Twitch. And so I thought to myself, hey, why not do both? Super good. Super delicious. African coffees, real fruity, real bright. But this has some really nice floral notes to it, which is, refreshing in a cup of coffee if you're used to drinking stuff that's too, super highly acidic, real bright. So, that's our cup for the day, or our 2 cups, rather. And I will definitely be enjoying this for the next little while. Where do you usually get your coffee, Caucus? Do you brew it at home, or do you go out somewhere to get it? That's good. I would definitely say compared to yesterday, there isn't as much. The orange blossom isn't quite as prevalent, which means I might have coarsened up the grain a little bit too much. So I'll probably just fine it up just a little bit more.